What's up, everyone? Tilna from Melbourne today. So today's topic I want to actually discuss about is the topic I'm gonna actually think about is actually like saying this are you really busy or else are you just misaligned with your goals? So that's the topic I'm gonna be talking about because most of the clientele I'm actually working with when it comes to coaching I've come across is actually busy professionals and they work 9 to 5 and one of the things people actually come up is actually saying I don't have time to go to the gym, I don't have to actually meal prep, I don't have time to follow a diet, I don't have time to do this, time, and I'm busy. Even I'm busy. Now the time is almost 9:45 a.m. and I've actually done most of the work when it comes to my physical work. When it comes to gym, getting my steps in. Even the only thing I left today, when it comes to that, is actually taking my dogs for a walk, and which is something I'll be doing later down the line. But after this podcast, what I'll be doing is I'll be working on with my clients and dropping value. So I even did a live training today, and today's live training I spoke about dropping value to my clients was actually the fact that I spoke about whether all fats are created equal. So that's a different topic I'll be talking about later down the line in this podcast, but not today. Today's topic is about are you really busy or else are you misaligned? So one of the things people actually go through when it comes to their fitness journey is actually people come up with this thing saying I'm busy, I don't have time. But one of the things I saw in the past 10 years as an online coach was actually this. In 2016 to 2020 it was different, and there were not many I don't think social media was very powerful at the time. People work with a lot of I don't think online coaching was actually a big thing among Sri Lankan busy professionals back in the time, but I used to have a lot of clients back in the day as well. So I worked with a lot of individuals back in the day and still working with a lot of individuals, and one of the things I still coach is actually athletes plus busy professionals, but majority of my clients are busy professionals. So real reason why you actually keep saying that you're busy isn't because of your schedule being busy. It's just that in the process of you dominating your career, climbing up the ladder of success, maybe whatever the field you are in, you got misaligned um, because you lost connection with your body. One of the things connection with your body, not with your goals when it came to your career. Maybe when it came to your fitness journey, you completely neglected it. So I've seen a lot of individuals who are successful in their careers, they're entrepreneurs, but they're out of shape. But one of the things they have done is they're successful in their career with what they do. But when it comes to fitness, they struggle, or else they actually come up with a lot of excuses saying that they don't have time to go to the gym, or else all of those things. So this misalignment you have in your body, which makes you completely neglect your self when it comes to being healthy, is what's gonna make your lifespan shorter. So to tell you the truth, because when you don't focus on the place you're living in, your body, and don't treat it like a temple, it becomes harder for you to actually live your life. If you are sitting on a desk while doing your job, even if you're an entrepreneur, if your stomach keeps hanging out, it makes life difficult for you. It's uncomfortable feeling, because I've been there myself and I get it. Even though I was a skinny kid most part of my teenage years, I was overweight at one point, but not at the level people do expect. And in 2013, that's when I actually came into the most highest weight, and I'm at that weight right now almost, and I'm much better shape right now. It took 12 years for me to get there. So the reason was consistency with the work I put in. So going on to this topic, the other factor I want to actually say is when you're actually going through this lifestyle, going through going through like one of the things I'll just relate to myself, like, and what others in my group actually did. So while I was actually like in the workforce back in the day, like where I was actually hustling my way towards getting my residency in Australia, like I had to work even though my passion was fitness back in the day. Not because like I had to pay bills like with the money, but like I had to accomplish certain tasks for me to actually get my residency, which one of them was actually like showing some hours, and which actually took me the process of 2 years to get there, like in 2017 to 2019. So right before the pandemic, I quit my job. So one of the things I realized was people who were doing the same job as I was, the night shift, the graveyard shift, from midnight to 6 in the morning or 7, 8 in the morning, they were overweight and they were drinking quite a lot. And I was the only one who wasn't. And I was still active at the time, because the reason being, I actually adjusted to my schedule and I prioritized what was important to me, which was my health. And if I completely neglected my health back in the time, I wouldn't have had this medal right here. This was a show like I prepared while working night shifts, and it was a gold in Italy. And I manifested that like for the next 1 year, the competition was in Italy, and I realized that next 1 year, I'm gonna commit to myself like being my best version, and assuming my work routine is like the time zone of Italy, because I was working from midnight to 6 in the morning, and I was doing client work and my gym routine in the morning, and by 11 a.m. in the morning or 12 p.m. Noon, I was going to sleep and waking up around 7. And these were the hustle like I had to do in order to get to the goal I wanted to get. Because sometimes, no matter how busy you get, you just need to like adjust to the situation, because that's what actually like makes you the best version of yourself, not just in your career, in your health, and every single aspect of your life. So the truth is, like, real confidence and the transformation comes when you actually reconnect with your purpose. So my purpose back in the day was to win a gold medal in Italy, right? This one. And there were so many others, if you can see here. And I actually like aligned myself with the goal and the purpose I wanted to get. So with that purpose came like all the action. So when you have a purpose and when you're truly aligned to that purpose, it makes you the healthier, stronger version of yourself, because you're gonna take action no matter what. It doesn't mean, and this is where people go wrong. In my situation, I had to hit the gym like for about hour and a half, and do steps and do all of those things. But in your situation, if you're a busy professional who just want to lose 10 to 15 kilos to have a flat stomach, especially when you're sitting down, not have a belly, even though I haven't been wearing like about 3 to 4 jackets right now, I still don't actually like get that belly like when I'm sitting down, because I aligned myself with the purpose I wanted to get, just being the strongest version of myself. So the problem, like, I just need you to understand, for the busy Sri Lankan professional who is in this situation, like where you actually dominated your career, dominated your studies, dominated everything, and you waited till you actually finish it to be less busy so you can focus on your business. I just want to ask, why wait? Because more waiting you're gonna do is only gonna keep harming your body, and which is gonna, by the time you actually decide to start the process, it will be more difficult. Because I've had clients in the past where they didn't actually sign up like 5 years ago because they were too busy, and they didn't want to prioritize this because of the life they had. But they came back 5 years later and they were not at the best place at the time, but they still got the results they wanted. But the problem was, like, by the time they actually started the process, the initial process was super difficult for them. And why go through that hardship? Because All you need is to do small things. Like if you're sedentary with your job, all you need is to actually start by walking more. And if you're a person who's skipping breakfast, having a coffee, and you have like all the work snacks while during the day, because the reason being you are too hungry and you haven't eaten the whole day, and all these things are happening, and you don't have time to prepare your meals, you actually end up overeating towards the end of the day. And that's happening to you, it's because you're only like, because skipping breakfast, like I'm not saying skipping breakfast is linked to you gaining weight, but it comes to like linked to being having bad habits towards the end of the day. Some people do become successful when it comes to like skipping breakfast and still maintaining a calorie deficit to lose body fat, but for everyone it's not possible. So it's different from one person to another, and one size doesn't fit all. So that's something like I want to talk about. And trust me, like that, when it comes to this, all you got to do in that situation is to stop just having the coffee as the breakfast. Just have your breakfast. And I've got a lot of recipe ideas which will only take 2 to 3 minutes for you to prepare your breakfast. Maybe 300 to 400 calories, maybe a protein shake in the morning, maybe a bunch of eggs in the morning, or making an omelette, with a little bit of chicken, and making a sandwich like that would actually still help you. And once you actually do that habit, like see whether you are actually still like overeating towards the end of the day. And if that happens, like what you need to have is actually like start tracking calories in the first place. Not everybody is actually in my program who's actually getting results asked tracking calories. That's actually a process people actually learn while they're going through a fitness journey, and in the program in my first 16 weeks. And just want to let you know, like more you learn, more you sustain your results. Like not just blindly following a meal plan which your coach gives you, because when you do that, that's where you actually like be in the mindset of thinking like, I can't wait till this is over so I will be able to eat my favorite meals. As competitors, you might feel that to a certain extent, because we go through a lot of hardship to actually like get to the super shredded version of ourselves on stage. But for the general population who are busy Sri Lankan professionals, you don't need to go into that extreme. All you need is actually to find balance with your lifestyle. It doesn't even mean like you need to skip the special occasions you go, like with your kids or like your entire family, or else like your social gatherings, or like completely eliminating alcohol. It's about like this, like if you're having like a bottle of alcohol every week, stick to one glass in the morning. Not in the morning, sorry. Stick to one glass. And if you're not drinking enough water, and telling me like I'm not drinking enough water isn't actually the solution. I am going to drink more water, maybe 500 ml more is the answer. Because whenever you actually hire a coach, you need to stay accountable to the process, like not by completely eliminating the lifestyle and making a 360 move. It's about like finding that balance which suits you. Like not a single diet out there is actually like the best. Because what's best is the diet you can stick to. And as a coach, that's my purpose, because that's the purpose I actually live by, and that's the thing I always live by when it comes to getting my clients the best results. Because so many of my clients, like who have lost 30 kilos like in the past few years, are still like haven't gained weight back again. The reason being, the lifestyle they went through in our program was actually like getting them the results where they did not feel restricted, because some of them were even having cereal for morning and still lost 30 kilos. Like you don't need to cut things when you're gaining the knowledge, understanding like what foods are like in these calories, and when you learn that process, this transformation becomes sustainable, guys. So it's not about massively restricting yourself at the end of the day. What really matters is like you finding the sustainability where you balance your lifestyle, because at the end of the day, it's actually a simple process. Because all you need is to actually find what you can manage. Not spending 2 hours in the gym because you're motivated to lose weight. Because people who spend 2 hours in the gym lifting weights, What happens is, like, unless it's actually already a built physique, like if you're overweight, you're spending 2 hours, it's not gonna be a best option, because you need to have a life outside that. Like sometimes in certain situations, like for a busy professional who's working 9 to 5, you don't want to go to the gym in the morning or like in the evening. You can actually work out in the during your lunch break if the gym is nearby for half an hour. And during that time, all you gotta do is to like focus on 3 movements sometimes. And if you actually do that change and make those small changes, that'll still move the needle forward. What you really need, guys, in order to get in shape and be the best version of yourself, is finding what's sustainable for you. So that's what I wanted to drop down in this podcast, guys, and hope it was valuable. And if there's any questions, you can actually DM me directly on my Instagram profile. And also, like, want to say, like, if you like this podcast, if you enjoyed it, drop me a review, and I would highly appreciate that, because that'll actually do great for my podcast. So have a great day, guys. Talk to you soon, and let's join in with the next podcast next week.